Right, what were your overall thoughts of the album?
Here's what I thought.
It's quite shit.
It's not great, but I do think he's gone in a different direction, and I think that's what has made it so bad. There's like 3 aggressive, sort of 6ix9ine classic songs on here.
That's what I don't understand about it.
Yeah. And they were all the singles.
Yeah.
Like, he had no real, like, aggressive, like 6ix9ine
new
songs that we hadn't heard for the last, like, 2 months or however long he's been out for.
His aggressive songs got him the 12-run streak or whatever of reaching, like, the number 1.
Well, he still has that, I'm pretty sure.
Or
Like, because it's singles only, not album songs, so I think he may still have that. Well, he definitely has it on one of them because he went to number 1 with the one with Nicki Minaj. I can't listen to that Nicki Minaj one anymore. Well, her feature anyway, where she's just like stops in the middle. Yeah, that is so bad. I actually hate that. I always forget it, and then it happens. I'm like, oh my god. But 6ix9ine, he did lose his appeal when he's no more doing aggressive songs, because I've said it before when we've reacted to songs. I said he makes good music, and I think it's true to an extent of those types of songs. Like when you think of like 6ix9ine, like Gummo, like good song. Let's just admit it.
The stiffy is sticky.
Yeah. Other tracks, like Rondo, what else did he have? Fifi, all those songs, really good. But now he's just sort of done this sort of blunted version of himself. And I still do think there are some good songs. Like, I think the opening track was actually quite good with Akon, Locked Up.
I agree.
I think
Part
he did...
2.
What?
Part 2.
Oh, Part 2, yeah.
I spat everywhere.
Where he sort of talks about not why he did it, but he sort of regrets that he did it. He says that, like, he's trying to find, like, the reason why he did it. And he says it was to get rich and all these different things.
And to stay protected.
Yeah.
I think that showed a really good amount of personal growth.
I agree.
Which isn't something we've seen from the aggressive murderer before.
I agree.
But that was the highlight of the album for me.
Yeah. I think there was... And I just think the features weren't that great. I think, was there only one feature?
No, he had a couple.
Because I know he had Smiles, which I didn't rate at all.
I've never
he had
heard of
Akon,
him.
Obviously.
Twice. Oh, he had DJ Academics.
Is that Lil Ak?
Lil AK, yeah.
Yeah.
He's fucking straight trash, mate.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's DJ Academics.
I didn't like that song. Gatta?
Any man who has a hip-hop podcast and then starts rapping with a Lil in his name isn't worth shit.
Yeah.
Did you see his beef with No Jumper?
Yeah.
They did like a video call. DJ Academics was just in his room screaming into the mic, just going off.
Right.
Like he's a little child.
Yeah.
It was quite embarrassing. I like a GTL, like over the prison phone. It was like...
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, Locked Up Part 2, but like the original.
Yeah.
I like that they included that, but that would have been the perfect closing track.
Yeah.
Why didn't they put that... I think that was the second last track.
It was second last, yeah.
Why didn't they put that at the very end? I liked that it was so raw. Or what do you say? I was facing 47, you was sitting at home.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty nice. Saying like, I know what I've done. I know the consequences. You can't tell me shit. I'm living it.
And you know what I think he's tried to do? And I think that Locked Up Part 2 gives me throwback to one of the better songs of my recent memory.
Locked Up Part 1.
No. It sort of reminds me of this. And someone that's extremely talented but is actually locked up now, and it looks like for life, is Murder on My Mind. I think that by YNW Melly, Murder on My Mind is like one of the better songs. Like, it's way better than anything on here. When he talks about when he killed someone because they broke into his house, and how he was locked up on Christmas, he couldn't get to see his friends, his family. That's what Locked Up Part 2 did, and like you said, GTL tried to do, but overall, I just think that he's lost a lot of his edge, and he's clearly gone in a different direction on this album, because I do think there is some good melodies on here, and I do think that 6ix9ine, for what everyone thinks about him, and what I think about him, and sort of how he portrays himself, he is a talented artist. I think that he's very good at picking melodies. Like the song Tutu, I think, has a good melody when he's talking about like, I get money when I want to. And I think That's good. I think, what was the other one? The one in Spanish, which I think was that Yaya? Let me hear. Like, this beat, I'm expecting him to go dummy hard.
That doesn't.
And then he just comes in Spanish. But it sounds good, though. But like,
All of the beats throughout were really good.
Yeah.
I felt like he ruined a lot of them.
Yeah. I thought he was going to come in extremely hard there. But
Makes sense.
he's sort of...
My favourite song would have to be Punani. Or is that Fat Punani Nani? Fat Punani Nani.
Yeah. Maybe he should do it in a Scottish accent next time. Maybe to incorporate you a little bit. But I didn't really like the second Akon song as much. I think my favourite song was...
Where the fuck has Akon come from?
Yeah, literally. Honestly,
I haven't heard of that man for like 5 years.
Yeah, remember when he did that Lighting Africa or something? Where he like would give power to African cities or something like that? Whatever it was. Something along those lines.
That's the last I heard of him.
Yeah. I think my favourite song was Goober. And we'd obviously already heard it. But yeah. Twin sisters, double thick thighs. That's hard.
I think like for an album name titled TattleTales, I was definitely expecting more. Whether it was more like trolls where he's snitching on him or like making fun of himself for snitching.
Like on that video where he did the rat emoji.
Yeah, I expected more like that, or like songs like Locked Up Part 2 where he's like sharing his experience and more personal growth.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything like that. It was a pretty big flop in my opinion.
It wasn't that great, and do you think maybe he was pushed into releasing something a bit more friendly the first album out, and maybe he'll come with something a bit harder next time?
I just don't see why he'd give a fuck.
It is true. How much did this sell? We could probably find out.
He literally put a hit out on Chief Keef. He tried to kill a man.
You're not wrong.
Why would he do what his label tells him to do? I think he was pushed to release an album very as quick as possible after coming out of prison.
Yeah.
But the direction he's gone is definitely the wrong one.
It will open at number 6, they believe, with about 55 to 65, which could range anywhere between number 3 and number 6, which isn't that great for 6ix9ine album. Like, what was Post Malone doing 2 years ago at the height of his fame? Obviously, Post Malone's a lot more mainstream friendly, but he was doing 700, 800,000. Drake's doing close to 1 million. I think about 700, 800. Travis Scott, who he did about 500,000. Like, you'd expect.
I think Travis was 560.
Yeah, I think that would be underwhelming for Daniel. Is that his name? Daniel Trejo or something like that.
Hernandez.
Daniel Hernandez. Danny Trejo's that bloody Mexican actor.
Mexican actor.
Yeah.
With his head chopped off on the tortoise.
On the what?
Tortoise. Like a turtle, but different.
Is that
somehow.
a movie? The Tortoise?
No, I don't know what movie it is, maybe from Breaking Bad, but he gets his head cut off and stitched onto the shell of an actual tortoise.
No, it can't be Breaking Bad. Surely not. I've never seen Breaking Bad, but that doesn't sound like it's in Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Oh, there you go. Well, spoilers if you haven't seen Breaking Bad.
I'll show you, mate. It's quite horrific. It's got the blood running down the
looks
shell.
photoshopped.
Well, obviously it's not real.
No, but like that looks like it's like photoshopped from like
It's Hank.
That looks so weird.
And they wrote a holla on it. A holla DEA.
Was he?
I like this edit.
All right. Well, back to. It's like that.
Shall I leave this one up?
So back to this review. I think I'm gonna leave this album with a sentiment from Chew Geordie, who's another YouTuber. You should go check him out. He said he did a review.
Is he Australian?
No, he is.
Fuck am I
He's
thinking of?
British. He's from England, and he said, and I think a lot of people would agree with this or sort of people have this same viewpoint as he likes thick women that are half naked and rap music, and this album didn't excite him. And I think that's all we need to say.
I think that's pretty accurate.
I think I'm going to give it... Are you up to the rating yet, or you still want to talk about it?
I'm happy to give a rating.
Alright, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10.
Oh, mate, I've gone lower.
Mate,
A 3.
You're giving it a 3.
3 out of 10.
I think fair enough. I think 3 to 4, I think is a good range. I think potential there.
There was some good tracks on there, but because they were the singles, we'd had already heard them.
It is true. Maybe we would have liked it a bit better.
I probably would have gone for the 4 if they were new tracks that were that. But
yeah. Well, there you go, Daniel Hernandez.
Or Trejo, if you're watching.
Yeah. Well, Danny Trejo, if you're watching.
Is it Trejo?
Yeah, Trejo. Yeah.
I've been saying it Trejo my whole life. Sorry, Danny.
He's out of Brooklyn Nine-Nine too.
He's out of a lot of shit. He's out of a fucking
He's Rose's dad.
like a taco shell ad.
The one where
I'd say that.
Why can't we have both?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, he's her dad.
Oh, there you go. I didn't even know. What's that ad? What's that for? El Paso.
Yeah.
What does she say? Give us your best.
Oh, this is gonna be difficult.
in your Scottish accent. Give us your.
Pues que no estoy los.
There you go. Why can't we have both? I think that was perfect. Spanish there.
I don't think the words were quite right.
Yeah, there you go. But I honestly didn't even know the words, so you got further than I would have.
That was a guess.
Oh, fair enough then. All right. Well, that is a review done for TattleTales by 6ix9ine.
We'll get just tomorrow for your album review. Still don't know who you've done, but I'm excited to hear.
Yeah. All right.
I'm excited not to talk.
Oh yeah, true.
That's a wrap. I can't say that bloody catchphrase.